The old version of the framework had a lot of qualitative characteristics and not structured in any way. And the board decided it would be more helpful for people to understand the framework and to apply the framework if we categorize them so you can think about them in groups, which is why we have the two fundamental characteristics that I just described. And the board has identified 4 enhancing qualitative characteristics. These are enhancing qualitative characteristics because in and of themselves, they can't make something relevant or faithfully represented. But the more of these things you have, the more relevant it will be, the more faithfully represented, and therefore the better it will be. The first is comparability. Comparability is a qualitative characteristic that says we want like things to look alike and different things to look different so that you can compare entities, compare information across entities at a point in time or within an entity over time. Just because information is comparable doesn't make it relevant, and it doesn't make it faithfully represented. But if you have comparable information, it enhances the relevance of the information in financial reports. Verifiability is another enhancing qualitative characteristic. Verifiability talks about how different people would look at the same set of facts and circumstances and arrive at the same answer. Not perfectly, perhaps, not complete agreement, but there would be consensus, for example, around a measurement. Again, verifiability is very desirable, but just because something is verifiable doesn't make it relevant. It doesn't make it a faithful representation. It could be verifiable that the sun rises in the east, but that doesn't make that information relevant to a financial statement user. Timeliness is another enhancing qualitative characteristic. More timely information is better than less timely information. But timeliness here is not about new information coming in financial statements. Timeliness talks about how the information is available to users of financial reports in a timely fashion with respect to the decision that they want to make. So, for example, if someone is trying to predict trends in revenue, past information about revenue is timely with respect to today's decision because the past information is what gives you the trend. So last year's revenue and the year before's revenue and the years before revenue is timely with respect to today's decision, even though the revenue was in the past. Understandability almost goes without saying. The more understandable the information is in financial reports, the more relevant it will be to financial statement users. Understandability talks about how we would strive to make information as accessible as possible. But importantly, the chapter also explains that the users that the board has in mind have a level of sophistication, both with respect to business activities and economics, but also with respect to accounting and financial reporting. So this is understandability of a knowledgeable person, someone who is willing to spend the time and effort to study the information with diligence. It's not understandability with respect to someone walking down the street who has never seen a financial statement before.